It's great. Caleb has got great football intelligence, picks things up quickly, plays like a veteran. The thing you notice about a player like Caleb is, he still makes mistakes, but he corrects them immediately, and that's what you're always looking for out of players. So you're going to make mistakes, but can you correct it by the next play? And that's what I've seen so far. It's humbling because, you're in it because you want to have an effect on the players and their development. And when they come back, when they have a chance to move on, it shows you that they're happy to be here. Take everything out of the equation. It means they're happy to be here and they believe in me and their coaches and the defense, and they think that we can make them better and keep growing them, and they got unfinished business. But all of that, that overused word culture, I think one of the examples is when guys like that come back, because they want to still be a part of it, and they also think it can help them. Yeah, absolutely. And I took that for granted when I came to Ohio State. Is that the expectation is, I'm going to have everything I need, and I think that's just gotten better now going into year 3, where you can really look at it and say, we have veteran players who understand the defense and understand the position. Plus, they're great athletes. It's a change for Sonny because he's playing in the box, from a low position instead of dropping in. So things happen a lot faster. But, he's reacted superbly. I mean, he's a guy who's got football intelligence. He understands the scheme, played a lot of positions. I think he's going to be great because one of the biggest parts of being a linebacker is you have to know all the pieces around you so you can play fast. And Sonny's shown a lot of that in the first 2 days. Yeah, I feel it's permanent, but in terms of base and nickel packaging, it's permanent. But there may be other things where he'll still have multiplicity. There's going to be packages. Yeah, a little bit of both. I mean, anytime you make a move, you want it to be right for the player and for the defense and the team. And I think that fit up naturally. Sonny had to fight to stay lean as a DB, and now he gets to eat. But I think it worked out for both of us. Well, when I first met him or when I first got here, I think everybody talks about, he's going to be a linebacker. He's going to be a linebacker. But I really wanted to see him at safety first. That's what he wanted to do. That's what I wanted to see. I felt long term in my vision for him that playing safety early in his career was going to give him a better perspective of the defense. Had Malcolm Rodriguez, who is with the Lions at Oklahoma State. Now, he's about half of Sonny's size, but he started as a safety, and when he became a linebacker, he understood things a lot better. So my vision for Sonny was to, start him at a safety and then eventually move him down. Yeah, I mean, part of the time they are. Part of the time we'll have all three of them on the field with Cody. So there's balance there in that they're competing, and they also can be in the same package. But CJ's got a great attitude. I've always felt that CJ has a lot of pressure on him, being from Ohio. But he's coachable, and he understands growth and our plan for him, and he's got a great attitude. Probably, and you didn't see it because he didn't play a lot in the games, but in our opinion, Gabe, the second half of the season, what we see in practices, was probably one of the most improved guys. He really was. So he made a huge jump second half of the season in terms of what he was doing in practice and when he got into the game. A huge jump, So I feel like he is a guy that is going to compete. He's a guy that's going to be ready. I feel like he's made tremendous improvements, and we can start to count on him. CJ's moving around too, so you get into a 3 linebacker package, Sonny, Cody, and CJ, you're pretty good, right? But you can't just have one guy. So, if Sonny's not there at the Sam, then CJ's got to know how to play it too, so that you could bring Gabe in at Mike and Cody can play Will, and you still have a great lineup. So you always have to plan for, okay, we'll start out this way, but who's in next? So CJ has to know both positions too. Yeah, we're still 4-2-5. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. We're still 4-2-5, but multiple deployments. At times, we can be 4-3, but you still got Sonny, right? So now you got Sonny at a Sam backer who's has experience playing safety. You know what I mean? So that really creates more multiplicity.
How does it help you do your job now that you have a full-time linebacker?
Yeah, it's just having James initially last year was a big bonus because of his experience and the way he works with the players. He's a lot nicer to them than I am, So last year it was good cop, bad cop, Now the bad cops left the room, so I'm sure the players love it, Yeah, really confident. I think adding Sonny into that makes a guy who's got a lot of experience, a lot of playing time. That really bolsters that position in that room. So I'm confident in what we have there. Cody Simon, is a guy who we think is going to be great, and he's really a leader of the defense. So I think it'll be a strength. Arvell, we kind of experimented with Arvell at the end last year a little bit. And, I keep getting asked, can he be a linebacker? Can he be a linebacker? And I think he can be a great linebacker. He just needs growth and learning. So I would like to just continue to grow Arvell mentally and football intelligence, at the linebacker position. So will there be a role for him this year? I don't know, because he is so athletic, He's a guy you kind of look at and say, I can do different things with. When we get to the season, that's a guy you can always create something for that doesn't involve as much thinking, so he can just go. But out here, want to keep growing him as a linebacker because his time will come. Yeah, I mean, it's always there, I'd like to get it in this spring. We didn't used it, dabbled in it year one, didn't use it last year. It's always in our package, so at some point we'd like to get to it just to kind of keep it fresh. Yeah, he's got great speed, good size. He's just he looks like a nickel, his skills are like a nickel. So, he's still learning, But you saw Jordan make just tremendous progress with that last year. So we got to bring Lorenzo on there too.
Do you think you'll get to the point where
Yeah, Hero really flashed last year at times when you go back and watch the film. So the fact that we play a lot of rushmen, I mean, that's a guy who needs to have a good spring for us, because he's going to be next man in, and with a guy like Hero, if he starts to really come along, you start to look at some double eagle type of packaging. My thoughts are, with Jack and JT, that at some point I want to train them as outside linebackers. So if you got Hero, Ty Lee and Ty, and you can get to more of five guys, 5D linemen in the game. With training guys like Jack and JT and Kenyatta. It's just kind of in my thoughts. Like, if we're strong inside, those guys can become more multiple. I think it's techniques and things that they can use when they get to the next level. So that's kind of in my thoughts too.
Last question for Coach Knowles.
Well, you're always looking to get the best 11 on the field, right? So when you look at a 12 personnel set, you say, okay, I got Sonny, Cody, and CJ with the 4 down. Could we have another component with Jack and JT and 3 tackles, and Cody and Sonny, or Cody and CJ? I think who's going to be the best 11? Against bigger sets, could it possibly be Hero? Versus having a third linebacker, could it be 3 tackles? That's in my thoughts. We haven't installed that yet, but I'd like to get to that just to see. And like I said, I feel like with those guys, the more they know of how to really be an outside linebacker, the better it's going to help them when they get to the next level. So it's something I'd like to do for them too. Yeah, I expect. Lathan was making very good progress. Always loved the way he played, his attitude, his physicality. First year, he had some eye violations. He was improving on that until he got hurt. So, he goes down. You think, maybe we're going to have a problem, and then what develops is. Really, to me, he goes down. Jordan's development at nickel it really came because of that. I feel like when you had to move Sonny out of that nickel position to get back to take Lathan's place, well, then Jordan got a lot better. So you never know when those things happen. You look at. I just feel bad for Lathan first, and then if you start looking at the defense. I think when that happened, it helped Jordan develop.
Thank you very much. Folks, we have JT Tuimoloau on the 20.